Yo, what's up, people? This is your boy Alex. Here I'm out in the field to give you the Jurassic World movie review. So I apologize if you see cars, or in this case, if you see, if you hear cars and trucks, it's because I'm out on location. I'm in the Culver City area. Plus, I only got maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the authorities come out and go, "Hey, kid, what you doing here filming in a location that's private property?" You know, because right behind this area we got Los Angeles Clippers basketball facility, and you know, if they find out that I'm recording in this area, they might be thinking you might be trying to record us, and there you go, lawsuit, legal fees, you go to jail, that type of shit. So I'm here to do a movie review. So I got maybe 5 to 10 minutes before somebody comes and stop me and say, "Hey bro, cut the camera." So if for some reason it gets cut short, you know why. And don't take it personal. My uncle's in my house because his transmission broke down, and apparently it ain't easy to film in your house when you got your uncle in there, because then everyone can accuse you of talking to yourself. And it's not me talking to myself, it's just unfortunate I ain't got no other choice but to come out here and film and take a risk because of the circumstances I've been put in. Now when things return back to normal, you'll see me filming back in the house where I can't get in trouble by the authorities, because out here you gotta have a film permit and all that other shit to film, and whoever catches you, you know, they'll get you. Like security's like this: we'll give you about 5 or 10 minutes to do what you gotta do before we come back and tell you cut the camera. So I can't do nothing about the cars and the trucks that be driving and passing by. I know the audio will sound up and down and fucked up and shit. I apologize. It's just unfortunately I'm not in the area where things are quiet. So I apologize. Now on with the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie review. Hold on. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I promised Jimmy I wouldn't spoil the movie, but spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you're trying to watch this movie review and you have not seen the movie, you might want to click off this video right now and go watch the movie. I've had enough time to make this movie review because I'm trying to wait to see how long it will take for y'all to see this movie already, so we can get the movie review on the way. So let's get to it. Now this movie begins with a sense that they're in a courthouse. Like someone was watching Batman versus Superman and they just went with that explanation. You know, we see Hollywood actor Jeff Goldblum in the courthouse arguing with Congress about the existence of the return of dinosaurs, and that you're trying to play God, and what you're doing is just not right. Of course, Congress, you know, they don't want to listen. We see, they take us to the next scene of the movie. We see the girl, the actress, you know, Ron Howard's daughter. We see her, you know, trying to continue this pursuit of dinosaurs. We see 2 new characters before. We see a guy that's a nerd, a girl that's a nerd. Nice way to tie in 2 new characters without making it painfully obvious that these characters are going to be throughout the whole entire film. So it was nice to introduce some new characters that were useful and not make the same mistakes that most sequels in the past have made, which is introduced a bunch of characters and then by the end of the sequel have no use for the characters. So I thought it was very well that they got straight to the point. These are 2 new characters that we're introducing. They have a purpose. You'll see it later in the film. We get to Chris Pratt's character, who decided, you know, ever since the girl broke his heart or whatever, he's been trying to build him a house. We find out that the old man from the first film of Jurassic Park has a granddaughter, and that the son was trying to take over the company, and turns out he was going to become the villain later on in the story. Now, the fact they had the volcano explode was a nice way of them trying to change up the story so it don't look so noticeable to people. Now, here's the problem that I have with the director. when you make a reboot of a franchise and then you make sequels of a reboot of a franchise, people can always tell that you're piggy banking off of a thing that we call nostalgia. Now, you might say, what is nostalgia? It is you taking something from the original source material and you trying to make it out to be something that it's more. Now, it was its own film, but it's the fact that you try to repeat what we saw in Jurassic Park 2, aka the lost world of Jurassic Park. So, to me, I would prefer if they would have just made a completely new movie and not try to take too much nostalgia from the original films. Of course, it was okay because Steven Spielberg was involved in this project, but still, it would have been nice if it could have just been its own film. Like, don't give me no throwbacks from the Velociraptor got hurt and you need to, bandage up the dinosaur and then the T-Rex gets pissed and the T-Rex somehow breaks out of there and does chaos. Give me like an actual story that makes me say this is Jurassic Park. Now, what really makes this movie interesting for me is the fact that they explain much more about the dinosaur being created, and when we get to later in the film, we get to see the fact that there's more people trying to become hunters. We see that nowhere in the movie Chris Pratt's character ever shows any signs of what he done in the first film until we see a videotape of what he did in the first film. Now, the fact that they made him the hero once again was something that people wanted him to do in the first film. Now, it gave us more action, it gave us more excitement. Now, for the part that you've been waiting for. It's not until the second half of the movie that we got the feel that this was a horror film. The idea that you're in a room, you got the covers on you in the bed, and all of a sudden a person comes at you and they're gonna kill you. The fact that the girl tried to hide in the bed and the dinosaur was able to get inside the house, to me, I thought it would be more scarier and more terrifying if they made this dinosaur had the ability to evolve or shapeshift to the point where he's more terrifying. I thought this dinosaur could have been more scarier, and that I felt that somewhere in the production they were holding back just a little bit. So I don't know what they're gonna do in the third film, but I do like how they set up the third film at the end of the second one. Where you see the Tyrannosaurus Rex roar at the mountain lion, and the mountain lion roars back at the T-Rex. You get a guy on a surfboard surfing on a 20-foot wave, and you can see a dinosaur that's in the middle of that 20-foot wave. I thought that was a nice way to say that these dinosaurs are going to evolve to the next stage of evolution. Hold on, we got a dumpster truck. I apologize if the audio sounds a little weird. Like I said, sorry about that. We're out in location, and you may be able to hear me, you may not be able to hear me. All right, now, basically, the movie was good. I give the sequel an 8 out of 10. And the reason why I give this movie an 8 out of 10 is because I'm tired of film directors taking stuff from the original films and not trying to make these films their own. Like, when you get a director to reboot a franchise, try to create something of your own instead of piggy banking off of something that we've seen from before and then try to pass it off as your own. We have too many of these new age film directors that make a little nasty habit of doing it. Instead of going off the originals, why don't you create something new that will make fans say, it's not the same Jurassic Park, but at least it's our Jurassic Park for our generation. So that's basically what I have to say in this movie review. It gets an 8 out of 10. Alright, so then, peace.